What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Approach the Climb, the podcast where we talk about real stories, strategies, and insights to help you on your personal climb to success. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and leave us a 5-star review on either Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Your support means the world to me, and thank you so much for doing that in advance. Today is tough, and I'm going to explain to you why once we get into the podcast, but I didn't have anybody scheduled for this week. I didn't even think that I was going to record a podcast, but here we are at 9 o'clock Wednesday night. I'm recording it, I'm editing it, I'm putting it out because this is important to me. And the number one thing that I've learned is that consistency will get you to where you want to go. And for me, I want to be one of the top podcasts. I want Approach the Climb to be something that a lot of people out there are getting value from. And if I'm not being consistent, I know that's not going to happen. And I have some really good things that I want to share with you all today that I have been experiencing in my life. And if you've been on any type of journey where you are trying to make the right decisions, you're trying to change your health, you're trying to change your mindset, your attitude, your job, whatever it might be, you're getting caught in this place that I've coined recently called the Mundane Middle. That's where I'm at. I'm in the Mundane Middle right now. I'm at a point where 5 months ago, I started my journey to getting to where I am today. And it was new and exciting. It was fun. Learning new things about working out, about eating. And people were excited for me. And not saying that people aren't excited now, because I still get messages all the time. I get family that's super encouraging, friends that are super encouraging. So for all of you that are doing that for me, thank you so much, because you don't know how much I need that right now. And it's this mundane middle in where I'm at now, where I know the things that I need to do to get where I want to be, but keeping sight of this future vision of where I want to be is really tough at times, and being consistent is really tough at times. So I'm going to share with you all some things that have been helpful for me during this time, and things that I've learned in sermons, on coaching calls that I've had, and through some training that I'm doing as well. So I hope you find these things beneficial today. I have found them to be something that has kind of kept me with one foot and like one arm in the wagon as I'm dealing with some unexpected things at work, some injuries, some just wild and crazy stuff right now in a time where I'm supposed to be consistent and stay on this path. So I hope that you all can feel that a little bit with me today as we go through these things. But I'm hoping that after today's episode, you all can sit down, and if it's a spot where you're in the middle right now, you can say, man, I really feel what Josh is talking about, and you're able to take these things in your life and apply them. Or if it's something that you haven't even started your journey, now you know what to expect once you get to this point where things are kind of flowing on autopilot, and then do you want to go back to the way you were, or do you want to be the best version of yourself that you can possibly be? So all of that being said, thank you all for being here today. Before we get started into the episode, I want to share with you guys some ways that you can connect with me. I have a website, approachtheclimb.com. You can go there. On my homepage, you'll see a bunch of fun stuff. I'll let you read through that. And then at the very bottom of that page, there is a sticker. It's an Approach the Climb sticker. I hope that if you found any value in this podcast, that you will go snag one of these for $3. I'm sending them out with a handwritten note to you that just says how grateful I am for your support. So if you would like to get a sticker, go over to approachtheclimb.com. Make sure that you either scroll all the way down on that homepage, or you can click on the store tab, and it is in there as well. They're $3 right now. There's no tax or anything like that. It's literally $3. Jenna, thank you for printing these out for me. My sister printed these, and then she printed a t-shirt for me as well that I'm going to get here pretty soon. But I'm really excited about the stickers. If you're like me, I have like a water bottle super filled with stickers. My laptop has stickers on them, and I've got one on the front of my notebook. So make sure you go grab one of those. I would love that. And also, I'm going to be coming back on social media here soon. I haven't been posting a lot, but I've been cooking up a lot of really good ideas. Our church is going through a 21-day fast that is going to end on Sunday. And so come Monday, I will be back. But it was really important for me to kind of take that time away from social media. I talked about kind of being in the middle. One of the things that I was getting caught up in is just scrolling mindlessly. And it wasn't all bad stuff. It was a lot of good stuff that I was scrolling on. I follow a lot of different fitness pages and nutrition pages. And so I was getting really good ideas for workouts, good ideas on things to eat. However, it was consuming a lot of my time. And so I've been able to make some really good changes in my life that have just helped me out during this time that I've been fasting from social media. But I'll be back soon. Don't worry. I will be sharing these probably every week. You're going to get annoyed with it. But if you just buy one, then you can mute me and you don't have to worry about my posts on social media. I'm just kidding. But if you want to do that, that would be awesome. And then in the future, we're going to be selling some other stuff as well. I have some really good ideas on ways that I want to interact with you all and things that we're going to create in the future at Approach the Climb. So thank you so much again for your support, for your reviews, your subscriptions, the sharing that you all have done. It's absolutely amazing. And I couldn't do any of this, and I wouldn't do any of this without you all. So thanks. So let's get into this mundane middle. And it's tough. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I haven't wanted to just binge eat like I used to. That I haven't wanted to just sit in a corner and do nothing, that I haven't wanted to just sit down on my phone and scroll mindlessly and forget about the world, because I've had a lot of those feelings here recently, and I've been combating those things. Like I said, I'm doing a social media fast right now. I'll be back on there soon. I'm also in an amazing community of like-minded people, the Fight Like Hell fitness community. I'll make sure to link that down below. Seriously, if you're looking for any type of community for fitness and nutrition, that is the place to be. Bridget and Christian run the show over there. They're absolutely phenomenal. We're going to have them on the podcast next week, so you get to hear from them a little bit and about their journeys and their motivation and why they do the things they do, and some advice that they have for you guys on your mindset and your environment. So I'm not going to talk too much about that today, because those are huge things that we're going to talk about next week. We had a pastor come to our church a few weeks back, and he preached on this idea that the middle is boring. And for him, he was specifically talking about a story in the Bible where fire rained down and all of these crazy things were happening. But before that was this huge prayer. He talked about how he prayed and then all of this stuff happened. And he went to the chapter before, and it was like this long listed out prayer that he had prayed. And I don't know about you all if you're a Bible reader like I am, but sometimes you kind of just skip over that stuff. Like you read like genealogy, it's like so-and-so, father of so-and-so, father of so-and-so of Zebedee from this tribe in this nation, and father of so-and-so. And not going to lie, it can get pretty boring. And so this is probably one of those times where you would look at it and you would say, yeah, we're going to kind of roll through. I want to get to the fire burning down part. And so he talked about that in his sermon. And he also talked about the movie The Notebook. And the movie is about like the beginning of their relationship and the very end of their relationship. And she has this notebook that he starts reading from, and you don't see a lot of the middle of the story. It's just kind of left out. And obviously, for reasons, you can't really put an entire relationship in a movie, but it just goes to show you again, the middle is boring. And I think one of the things that I have learned recently, and an activity that I did and a training that I'm doing right now, it was truly understanding your why for doing something. And the really cool thing that we did is it wasn't just a question of why you're doing it and then going from there. It was, why are you doing it? Why is that important to you? And why is that important to you? And from there, you can really craft this mission statement and using words from every single one of those answers and truly understand why you're doing something. And so if you are stuck in this middle, or you're about to start your journey and you are looking forward to this middle, which don't look forward to, okay? You're going to blow right past it, and it's going to be amazing, and you're going to stay consistent, you're going to stay focused, and it's going to be awesome because you're going to have these strategies. But it's important to do this why scenario. Why are you really doing the thing that you are doing? For me, It started out why on my fitness journey was my family. And then it turned into inspiring others. And it's going to continue to mold as I continue to change. And so it's important for me to continue to reflect back on why so that I can see, is this a big enough why? And has my why changed at all? Because it's going to change over time. As you change, your why is going to change. And another super important piece to all of this is at the end of answering the question of why, we went through a future visioning of ourselves. So sat down, closed our eyes, took some breaths, and really saw the future version of ourselves. And one of the really cool things about that was it was almost like I was stepping into my future self and feeling the feelings that were a part of that scenario. And I could really see my life and what it was going to be. And stepping out of that, one of the things that we did was try to get a piece of advice from our future selves to us. And so for me, as I was kind of stepping out of that future version of myself, I heard, trust the process and stay consistent. And so again, I go back to why am I here doing this podcast on a Wednesday night when I didn't have anybody scheduled this week and my life's been a little hectic? It's because I trust the process and I'm going to stay consistent. That's literally it. And so I hope that's encouraging to you all, that you can truly understand your why, and maybe you'll find some type of future visioning or something like that that you can do for yourself and truly see where it is that you want to go and how to get there. Because I do believe that you are fully capable and you can do it. And it's important to try to get through these rough middle, this mundane middle, so that you can come out on the other side of that just more forged and ready to take on whatever comes your way. Another thing that I've learned recently is from Tony Robbins. He just had this Time to Rise summit on YouTube, which if you didn't go and see it, it was 3 days, 3 hours long. I did not do every single one, but I was able to pop in and out a little bit. One of the things that he mentioned in there is you will become what you constantly tell yourself that you are. And so repeating I am statements in a positive way for yourself is going to be huge, because if you're not doing things like that, you're inadvertently telling yourself what you are. If you continuously skip the gym, then that's what you're telling yourself. I am not going to go to the gym. I don't go to the gym. I don't go to the gym. That's the thing you're going to constantly tell yourself. Or if you constantly give in to temptations for food and you overindulge, like I have been really tempted to do recently, but I have stayed away from, you will get into that and you will say, I am overindulging in this. I'm overindulging. I overindulge. I overindulge. And you will continuously fall down these same traps. If you're not telling yourself positive things about yourself, then you're not going to be doing the things that you need to be doing. And so just as important as it is to focus on that future version of yourself and the why, it is just as important to focus on the things that you're telling yourself about yourself. And for me, this is one of the areas that I have struggled a little bit recently, is because I'm in the point where I'm in the middle of this identity and belief change about myself. And I know that the identity and belief change that I'm going to have is going to be crucial for me moving on in the future. And so I'm trying to move out of this. I think a lot of times if you've lost weight, and people will still tell you, if you've lost weight, people will still tell you, oh, you're still fat at heart, or, oh yeah, you're still a fat kid. And if you kind of fall into that, you will start to become that again. And so you can't listen to those things in your life. You can't tell yourself, oh yeah, I'm just fat at heart. You have to constantly remind yourself that, no, I am healthy and I do make wise choices with my food. Now, when I say that, is it 100% of the time? Absolutely not, because you're going to go out and you're going to enjoy a cookie. You're going to enjoy a beer every now and then. You're going to enjoy some cake. There's a lot of stuff that you're going to still enjoy. But the key is the overindulgence of those things that you have to stay away from. And if you don't, remembering that it is okay. That if you have this clear why and understanding of where you're going, if you do have a day where you overindulge, it's not falling down into this trap of, well, I'm right back where I was. I'm a fat kid again. Or here we go. I'm making these stupid choices again. I'm going to go right back down where I was, and I'm going to forget everything that I've done and forget everything on where I want to be. You can't do that. So I encourage you that if you're feeling those types of ways about yourself, to look at the things that you're telling yourself that you are. So something I want you to do, and this is an activity that you can do after this, but I want you to take some notes, and I want you to put I am, and I want you to put 3 different lines for yourself. And I want you to put what you want to tell yourself that you are. Because it's so important to focus on these things. I'm not telling you you have to do it every day. You don't have to sit down and like meditate on these things and truly understand fully what they mean right now. But I think looking at 3 different things in your life and where you want to be is going to be huge for the future version of you. It's not going to be one of these things that's probably going to take you on a full marathon as soon as you go out, but it's going to get you those steps closer to where you're going to want to be in your life. So I encourage you to do that. Get out a pencil, get out a piece of paper, write down I am, and then 3 different statements on what you want to tell yourself, because I think that's going to be huge for your future. And the last thing before I go is going to be find community, find friends, find people that are doing this life with you. Because look, if you're doing this alone, it's not going to work out. Promise you, it's not going to work out. You're not going to be able to do things on your own like this over a long period of time. You may be able to start out on your own just fine. You may be able to hit this middle portion alone, but it's important to find some type of community for yourself, people that you can check in with, people that you can learn from, because if there's something that is worth doing, it's worth doing together with somebody else that's doing it. So seek out some community. Like I said, the Fight Like Hell fitness community is out there. I'll have them linked below. You can join there if you're looking to get into fitness and nutrition. If you're trying to learn a new hobby, go out and find people that are already doing that. If you're joining a church, find a small group. If you're starting to read a book, find a book club. There's so many different ways that you can connect with people nowadays, either virtually or in person. So I just encourage you, find community. I know you can do it. It may be really hard for you at times. Maybe you're an introvert. Maybe you have social anxiety. The people that you're going to be connecting with probably had some of those same feelings. So bust out of your shell. I'm encouraging you. You can do it. You are capable. You are fully able to do this, and I know you got it. I hope these tips were helpful for you today. Like I said, this was going to be a short podcast. I just wanted to come on here and talk a little bit about where I was in my life. I wanted to talk about this mundane middle, and if it's something that you're currently experiencing or you're on a journey like I am, you're going to experience it. So I hope that you can take some of these things and apply them to your life currently. And I would love to hear what those I am statements are. So I challenge you, if you have not left us a review yet, go leave us a review on Apple or Spotify podcasts, or leave a comment down in the YouTube channel of this episode and just put I am in one of your I am statements. That's it. I would love to hear that from you. And again, just another way that I want to interact with you in the future. So make sure you guys go check out the website, approachtheclimb.com. If you would like, go pick up a sticker. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you leave a review. And also, I just started putting out blog posts. So this is actually going to be my way of journaling. It's something that I've wanted to do for a really long time. And I figured the best way for me to do that is to just share with you all what that is and the things that I'm going through currently, so that you can also see a little bit more about me and hopefully even get more tips about how to help you in your life and the things that you have going on. So thank you for being here today. For those of you that are here live on YouTube, thank you so much for taking your time out of your day to do this. And as always, I wish you the best on your personal climb to success.